This is Eskay home, and you watching Upstate All-Stars TV.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no open door. What are you hoping for? Do you know?
They wanna see me locked up, shot up, probably did somewhere. We hustle year to year, in state, out of state. Mama make me smile, I'ma make you proud. When I'm on stage, I see Jarrell in the crowd. Can't count all the money, I done seen the power. No felonies, no, I never been to trial. Never been arrested, nigga, I'm perfection. In the rear form, new pivot ears on. I shed tears on the obituary, my favorite position. Doggy style, she like my missionary. This a dope verse from Method Man, Mr. Mary. Smoking piff on ferry, that's when we used to call it piff. Why settle for that when you can get all of this? Bitches call me handsome, dick game marvelous. I'm charming, I'm fly, who wouldn't wanna market this? Got to get the money just to say I'm not fucking shit. Ball for ball, I'm the illest nigga, obvious. And it's the way that they watching us through binoculars. Handle Mr. Eskay home, come and follow us. Laughing at the day cause tomorrow ain't never promised us. Nigga, nigga, nigga.
1934, my life began. Purdy Maston, Glenwood Avenue, Cold Spring Blues. Birthed into love like I never known. Didn't realize our level of poverty until I was older. Imagination was even crazy as a child. Maybe exposed to too much sex, violence, and drugs. Crackhead disasters. Everyday struggles of growing up in the hood. But Buffalo is all I know. Gutter grimy niggas. Jive still the best though. I heard Tech got murdered in a town I never heard of. I hear death knocking at my front door. I heard Tech got murdered in a town I never heard of. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door.
I heard Tech got murdered in a town I never heard of.
Eskay. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door.
Take it back to it. You gon' come back. And then what am I doing? I'm just doing it all up under it.
I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door.
What's good? What's good? Welcome to Upstate All-Stars TV. As you know, we always bring y'all the hottest artists that's out here from upstate New York and worldwide. Today we sitting with one of the hottest artists, actually from Buffalo. And he just came up here. Actually, we was at his album release party, actually his listening party. Heard his Fire album before anybody else was able to hear that joint. And again, I want to thank you for inviting us to that.
I appreciate you coming.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Eskay Holmes in the building. Eskay Holmes, what's good, baby?
Man, chillin', you know. We too, we happy about the work, you know, I got a few tracks. So I'm pretty good, man. I'm blessed, man.
All right. Well, welcome back to Buffalo, man. I know you come in and out, man. I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah, I try to stay busy, you know, and I always love being home. I do, you know, so I appreciate my city, man. There's so many stories here, you know, the memories and everything, you know, so I definitely I appreciate you coming through.
Well, you know what I mean. We always try to cover the hottest people. You know what I mean. Definitely the hottest talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So I mean, like I said, the last time we was here, we was listening to your album, "Part of My Heart."
Yeah.
That joint is fire, man. You know what I mean. That joint is fire.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you come up with the concept "Part of My Heart"?
Well, like I traveled a lot when I was young, so like I used to be out of town a lot, and I come across different people from different places. You know, sometimes I offend people or whatever, so you know, I always tell them, you know, part of my heart, I've been through some shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like that, and then like when I broke that down, I was like, so you know, you just want to capture, you know, all the things that you know that shaped you into the person you are and everything, like real life stories and you know, like you see how it played out. You see, it was mostly family here when you came here.
Absolutely,
reaction and
absolutely.
everything. And,
A lot of love.
you know, we had to FaceTime my sister when I, you know, played her song.
Yeah,
and everything,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know, it was very personal, and you know, sometimes, you know, and that's just me. That's for, and it's like universal. You know, like part of my heart. Like, you know what I mean? You may, you know, ruffle some feathers or whatever. You may not agree with somebody and everything, but it's okay. That's cool. I just come from different places and different worlds and everything. And you know, in my community, the city that we grew up in, Buffalo, New York, you know, a lot of people don't know about our story.
Right.
They don't know about the things that go on here. They don't know about the town. They don't know about, you know, Cold Spring cabs and everything. You know what I mean? They don't know about these things. And so I just wanted to paint the picture of our city too to the world as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely paint a vivid picture of it. I mean, I mean, in the stories you tell, I mean, it's like that album to me seemed real personal to you. You know what I mean? As far as from what you was kicking on there, and then the stories you was telling about like Bobby and you know what I mean, and some of your friends you was mentioning and the areas that you grew up in, and I mean, when I felt like if I wasn't from Buffalo, I was in Buffalo. You know what I mean? Especially listening to that album. So what made you want to rap? How did you get into music?
Actually, my man Close, Close and Castle, both of them. They both had like, cause you know, like when you young, like pre-Griselda, no one thought this was possible. Like coming from Buffalo, New York, people would do it, people would try to pursue it and everything, but it's like we always got overlooked. You know, not just in the music industry, but like even in the sports, you know, or entertainment field. You know what I mean? It's like we got overlooked and everything. So. Picasso and Close, them two, they was telling me like, you know, I'm nice. I went to I had came home one year, and before DJ Bandana Black was on BLK, he had a studio in Central Park. Okay. And my man Close was like, yo, come to the studio with me tonight. You know, the day I got here. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I went there. So I'm reading off of paper and everything, like literally we in the studio, and I'm thinking like this shit whack as hell. So but when they play it back, everybody in the studio like, yo, that shit hard. I'm like, really? You know, really? I'm like, that shit like, that shit nice. You know, I'm like, all right, well, you know what I mean. So then like from there, I didn't take it as serious still, but I'm like, I realized I was good at something, and it became a passion of mine. You know, so and it helps with when you have like the family. Like I got like 2 older brothers and an older sister, Keisha, Plum. Okay. My whole life I've been around good music, you know, so even what they would bring home and play, my sister, her favorite rapper is Nas. Okay. My brother's favorite rapper is Biggie, you know, my other brother's favorite rapper is Tupac, you know what I mean? So I would hear all this good music, and my mom's playing, you know, Patti LaBelle and Luther Vandross and Whitney and everything. So I would hear good music just, you know, all throughout my life, and somehow it influenced me, not even knowing anything. You know?
So I mean, when coming up, was this your goal to rap? What?
No, I wanted to play basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to play I used to live on this block. Okay. I used to live at 2 houses on this block.
Which is Dutton, right?
Dutton. Okay. Yeah, I used to live on this block and everything. So I used to go to CJ's and play. I played at Hurdle, Randy Smith, Cliff Robinson leagues, Boys and Girls Club leagues, all over. Gus Macker. I don't think they got the Gus Macker here no more.
Nah, they don't come no more. Yeah. They don't come no more.
I wanted to hoop, you know, when I was in shorty. You know what I mean? I love music, but I think I was better at basketball than I was at doing music. You know what I mean? So, but I messed my knee up, you know, happens, but that was my passion. And then, like, you know, I was like at a standstill when you know that part of life when you don't know what you want to do with life and everything, and you're trying to figure it out. And I just picked up doing music.
Okay, so when you was playing badminton, did you play like for school or something like that, or you just played?
I played for Hurdle. Okay. All right, so we get into it. I played for West Hurdle. Okay. My 8th grade year. Okay. And they canceled our season, like game 4 or something. I was averaging probably like in 8th grade. I was probably averaging close to like 25 or 26 points a game.
Okay.
And and like 13 years old.
Right.
So they canceled our season. No, we didn't have anybody that wanted to play us, so they just canceled the season. But I got accepted to Turner Carroll.
Okay.
That's when Turner
Carroll was open. Yeah.
You know, all the ballers wanted to go there, so I got accepted to Turner Carroll, and I applied to them though. But then I got an offer letter from Canisius High School. They accepted me too. I didn't even apply for them, so now I realized, they probably going after whoever Turner Carroll is accepting, not knowing everything. And then my mother hit me with like, "Nah, we about to go to the A." I'm like, "You about to go to the A? I'm not trying to go to the A. I'm trying to go to Turner Carroll." You know what I mean? So she wanted to go to the A. We went to the A. I didn't get a chance to try out for the team that was at the high school there because you gotta have a physical to try out, and we had just got there. And it was 9/11.
Right. Okay.
So and then so many different things come back, but then I ended up dropping out of high school. So you know, I didn't go back to school after that. Like, try to drop out like sophomore year or something like that. So I never played for high school. So my hoop dreams like ended probably like around 13, 14, 15 years old, somewhere around that time. And then it's like from 15 to that age of like, you know, early 20s, mid 20s and everything, I started picking up on music.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And I mean, what kind of inspired you to get into music? Was any particular artist? I know you said your sister and Naomi was bringing music home and you was listening to it, but I mean, on your own, was there anybody that actually inspired you to want to get into the rapping?
Yeah. I think he just on everybody list, in my opinion, but Jay-Z. My favorite personal rapper is Cormega, Biggie, Nas, Prodigy, Ghost, Ray, Scarface, Dre, Andre 3000. You know, cause like when me and my friends, we would be just chilling. We would be bullshitting, like freestyling and everything. You know, on the corners and shit like that on the block. You know, it's late, it's cold like it is today. You know, we just chilling, kicking it, and then you know we just start, you know, freestyling or talking shit to each other, and then, you know, but you know, I would get inspired by like, I don't get inspired by somebody just making shit rhyme. I get inspired by like the actual art. Like when Nas dropped Rewind, I listened to that shit like 35 times straight, or 50 times straight. I couldn't stop listening to it. Like, how the fuck did he do this? Like, how you even think to do this? You know what I mean? And he thought to do it, he did it, and he perfected it, and it just sounded timeless. Like he told a story from the beginning to the end, and then, you know, you hear different stories and different, you know, slang. That's what I miss the most. Like, you would hear somebody slang and know that they from somewhere certain a place, and you would try to figure out what they slang meant, you know, because they from that place and everything. So, there's several artists. Everybody, I'm not opposed to listening to somebody's album. Everything ain't for me though, but I enjoy good music. If you make a great record, I got a favorite record from Bow Wow, Soulja Boy. You know what I mean? I like. I don't mean I like everything you do, but you probably got a song or two I do fuck with, or I do got it in rotation. So I just love hip hop. You know? I think it's the most influential thing in this world, even more influential than religion, and because it's the go-to genre for commercials, television, whatever they try to sell you something, you hear hip hop.
That's right.
Or you see hip hop. You see the breakdance in their commercials or something that's hip hop. You know, when they try to sell you something.
Absolutely, absolutely. They know they can touch your soul with it. Everybody, like you said, that's a valid point you brought up. It is a religion.
It is.
It is. I mean, if you're dealing with truthfully hip hop, you know what I mean? Like you do hip hop. You know what I mean? I don't consider what you do rap. You know what I mean? I consider what you do hip hop, and it seemed like you kind of take your time, and what I like about it is that you tell your story. You know what I mean? You don't tell anybody else's story. You know what I mean?
Because that's what you was like. I want to know you. You know what I mean? I don't want to know. So that's all my favorite rappers. Somebody who I can, not just rappers. So I listen to singers too, but I want to know your story. I want to know how you got here. I want to know what you've been through. You don't have to. But you could have been through the same. You could have been through the similar circumstances that I went through, but you don't necessarily have to. About how did you get here? You know, so that's important. Like that's how I probably, because I want people to know who I am, but not just me.
I don't know, like, we got a whole city of people. Like, when we met my man Bobby, man, I had came home. I seen my man Bobby the day I came home. I seen him a week later. I seen him a week later after that. That was the last time I seen him. Next thing I know, I'm at the spot chilling. My man Close called me and said, yo, turn the nose, Bobby on the nose. So, I mean, but I know his mother. I know his father. I know his brother. They lived in the Jasper Parish Projects. And, like, I had shot my video Henny out there. And that was the first scene. And these ain't my projects, these his projects. But because I went to West Hurdle. And I'll be in the project. That's where I learned how to shoot CeeLo. You know, I learned how to play CeeLo. We used to shoot dice in the first room. In our home room, we used to shoot. Our teacher used to let us shoot dice in there. Like, we ain't do nothing. We would be gambling for lunch money and shit. You know what I mean? So I had shot the video. So my man, his cousin, he got the word back that somebody shot a video in the Jasper Parish Projects. He's like, oh, okay, whatever. Then he see my video. He called me like, yo, because I ain't talked to him in years though. He's like, yo, that was you? He's like, I told him, like, that's my man. I know him. You know what I mean? But the world. There's not nothing in my music that you can't go fact check. You know what I mean? It's all real stories, real things that happen. This is where I grew up. We grew up around this shit. This shit wasn't. And then when you think about it being so young, we was kind of oblivious, or like thinking like we technically we feel safe though. We don't feel like, you know, like we in danger or like it's unsafe. We feel safe, but then when you think about this shit, like we damn. You know, you see the things and you hear the story like. This shit ain't normal, you know. So you know, it just that's what I wanted to bring to my music. I wanted to bring people like, yo, these are the I could easily be from anywhere. My parents just decided to stay in and raise me in. You know what I mean? So I could be from Brooklyn. Same shit going on in Brooklyn and Milwaukee. You know what I mean?
Same stuff going on in every hood, man. Every hood is the same thing.
Same shit. You know?
So when you said you was down in Atlanta, so you in Atlanta now, so how is it that, you know what I mean, being that they do a lot of, I want to say quote unquote mumble rap down there, and you do traditional hip hop, right? So I mean, how is it you being an artist down there moving around? Is it tough for you to move around down there, or?
I'm embraced by them though. Like they like I did a show at King of Diamond out there. If y'all ever got a chance, y'all in Atlanta, go to King of Diamonds. You know what I mean? Y'all go enjoy the women out there.
Okay.
It's a nice little strip club or whatever. But I did a show there, and I didn't know that Young Joe was doing there. I did the show. I'm like, oh, Young Joe here? So people are like, yeah. So I'm not looking for him to try. Like, oh, okay. Well, that's what's up. You know, he just came there just to come relax and see some women and everything. I go off stage and everything. People like, yo, Young Joe was fucking with your shit. I didn't even see him in the crowd. I ain't even recognize him. I didn't see him. I'm like, word? They're like, yeah, so Young Joe fuck with me. I wouldn't consider him a mumble rapper. He's like a trap style rapper. But like, the people I come across like that do different genres, they all really fuck with me. They be like, yo, I fuck with your shit nice and everything, your shit dope and everything. Like they embrace it. You know what I mean? They like, you talking that real shit. You know what I mean? So like, whether they on a higher level or whether they becoming, especially the young boys, I done met a lot of young boys out there doing the mumble rap style and everything, and they fuck with my shit. Like, yo, that shit hard, I'll fuck with it. You know what I mean? Talking that real shit, so I'll be like, appreciate it, you know what I mean? Because that's all, that's something that means something to me, like, you know what I mean? So you heard me, do what you want to do, your style. Like, that's great, you know what I mean? I like how y'all experimenting with it, you know what I mean? Y'all bringing out, y'all playing, because your voice is the most powerful instrument on the record.
Absolutely.
So, you know, do whatever you're comfortable with. You don't got to step out your comfort zone to please nobody else. And that's what I'm doing. The shit that I grew up loving was hip hop. Positive K, I got a man. You know, Cool J, Mama said knock you out. You know what I mean? Hearing the Slick Rick, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's the shit that made me want to do this shit. And I didn't want to do it. I just like loved it. And then when I found out I was good at it, I was like, oh shit, you should do this shit. Try to, but. You know, back then we didn't think it was believable just because where we came from. Like, I'm like, oh, you can't make that shit. Niggas want to be rappers. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Nobody about to make it from Buffalo. Nobody make it from here. Right. Because they didn't think that nobody would make it from here. You know what I mean?
So being being in the game right now, I mean, what are some of the challenges that you facing so far in the game? I mean, like I said, I know you got some real hot music. I mean, you bubbling, you doing what you're supposed to do. But personally, what are some of the challenges that you think that, or should I say, some of the stuff that you don't like about the game?
Well, that's a great question. But honestly, I would think it's me. I would say it's more so me than them, because I'm not really good at small talking. You know, so like, and that's real. I'm just being real. Like, I'll have a conversation with anyone, but I'm not really good at small talking. And a lot of times people, they think I'm unapproachable, and I'm not. You know what I mean? You can sit down and talk to me, you can chop it up, you can talk about life, everything, but that's probably the biggest thing in the industry is small talk. Yeah. Networking and shit like that.
Absolutely.
Things like that and everything.
Absolutely.
So, but I'm a genuine person. I don't hate anybody. I don't have any feelings towards anybody. I want to build and grow with everyone. You know what I mean? As long as you're serious about your shit and everything. My man, I'm like, oh shit. Let me call him. I'm coming to town. I got opportunity and everything. He came through and showed love. Let me holler at him and everything. See what's good and everything. So that's all I care about. Is like, you know, building relationships with people, getting to know people and everything. You know, showing up for them and everything too. And people I've met in the industry, it's not like the people you meet in your community. And you know, like, if you say you are something or you say you will do something, we hold you to that. And if somebody say they are something, they're gonna do something for you in the industry. So if they not that, oh well, you know what I mean? Had a nigga motherfucker run off on me with some money. You know what I mean? It was light money though. Right. It's the principle. It's like, my man. And like the shit was on, like the place like that he was at, so you think like they on Love and Hip Hop. Right. So I booked the studio session there. That was just TV. Right. So after Love and Hip Hop wrapped up, they got out of there. But it was short money though. But I'm like, I was trying to, but I didn't know they was on Love and Hip Hop. I just went in there trying to book a studio session. Somebody else told me that he was on it. And I was like, oh, that is a studio. Like, oh, okay, they on Love and Hip. They the owners. Yeah, I met him. You know what I mean? Then you see like, oh, that's just smoking. Like, that's not real.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? That's a lot of that in the game. A lot of smoking mirrors in the game.
They just doing that to keep up an appearance. So,
yeah, because they be renting houses that ain't theirs, and cars and stuff that ain't theirs, and it's all staged. You know what I mean?
It's all for the show. Yeah, you know, it's all for to get people to buy into who you are and buy into your music and buy into your brand.
False image.
Exactly. You know,
false image.
If I ain't did it, I ain't gonna talk about it in the music. If I ain't seen it, I ain't gonna talk about it. You don't hear me talk about no Lamborghini. I ain't been to Lamborghini. You know what I mean?
I'll never hear you talking to me. You don't really talk that type of talk anyway. You know what I mean? No, you don't. You really, you don't talk that stuff no way. Like I say, you know, from listening to your music, you know, I feel like I know.
Henny, take me away. Henny, take me away. Henny, take me away. All the things that I know, memories they come to me slow. My tears begin to flow. Snake lived right next door to me. That was my bigger bro. Every time he would see me, he had the biggest smile, reminding me to stay in school because the streets is foul. Got murdered in the projects December 29th. When I got the word back, I was stuffing vows. I remember that day very well. That was a quiet night. I was so in Isaiah and got a call from close telling me Drew got killed. My heart up and froze, just not adding up at all. He had guns galore. They found him shot dead, laying flat on his kitchen floor. Nuck birthday the 4th, they was drinking with him the night before. Miguel was supposed to make it for all of us. Had a heart attack at 18, died on the course. Where we from? It's either drugs, rap, music, or sports. The phone rings, say yo, Bobby got murdered. Nigga, what? Bobby who? Nigga, Bobby Hayes from Hurdle. Nah, I saw him last week right in front of Hurdle. And Nuck broke down when we went to view the body. Right then and there, I couldn't cry for my nigga Bobby. All I could do was hug your brother and tell your mother I'm sorry. The line was out the door, you would've thought it was a party. Henny, take me away. I think the whole world's going insane. I fill my mind with the Hennessy and drink away the pain. I think the whole world's losing their brain. I drift away with the hip rock and drink away the pain.
I think the whole world's going insane. I fill my solo cup with Hennessy and drink away the pain. I think the whole world's losing their brain. I double tap my Henny, then I drink away the pain. Paulette just came home from a light stretch. Swear to God, one of the coolest niggas you never met. How could the streets take somebody that's strong? Can't lie to you, my nigga, I cry for mad long. You're not even halfway through with this Henny. How the fuck you bitch ass niggas kill Benji? All he did was get money and get busy. Bitches loved him, niggas loved him, nigga, the whole city. Tears fell when I heard about my nigga Zell. When he got game dropped, his moms took us and Keith. Was told they shot him by his mom's house up the street. I was just home and we ain't get up, that still fuck with me. Things that I don't wanna remember are still stuck with me. Still, I remain sucker free. We was 11 when Jermaine died in his sleep. He was 12, where the fuck was 7? We was seeing hell. And I still go to sleep at night seeing Revolt. Last time I seen my nigga, we was almost hell. Last time we spoke was November 12th. That was my motherfucking heart, we was close as hell. Blood couldn't make us any closer. Never got to tell you how much you meant to me. Your mom's told me on the phone, I cried instantly. My mom's asking me what's wrong, I couldn't find the words. Fucking March 5th, I haven't felt my heart since. I think the whole world's going insane. I fill my mind with the Hennessy and drink away the pain. I think the whole world's losing their brain. I drift away with the hemp rock and drink away the pain. I think the whole world's going insane. I fill my solo cup with Hennessy and drink away the pain. I think the whole world's losing their brain. I double tap my Henny, then I drink away the pain.
You rest in peace to my pops, Curtis Anthony. You know, you may know him as Po Boy. My grandmother Hattie Mae, my grandmother Jonelle, Auntie Donna, Aunt Janetta, Miss Dorothy, Uncle Tony, Uncle Warren G. My nigga close grandmother, Miss Scott, Miss Barbara Williams, Patches, Pokey, Lil Nick, and Tavius, Kendall, Adora McCoy, Makita Young, Tanisha Sims, my nigga Lon, brother Darius, you know, Mario from EDP, nigga Brad from Dullivan, Snake, Jewel, Miguel, Bobby, Paul, Benji, Denzel, Jermaine, Rel, and rest in peace to Prodigy. Drink away the pain.
In regards to like your catalog, like how many projects you got out?
It's not the Home is Home EP. Me and Castle did that together. Part of My Heart and it's not 1.5. It's not 1.5.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Me and Castle, we did that together. Like I told him the name of the tracks. Like, I was pissed. I did that, like, I being pissed off, but, because I dropped Snob, and, you know, basically, Snob 1.5 is me writing a review of Snob.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
that's the album that caught my ear, the Snob 1.5.
Yeah, so it's 12 tracks on there, but, if you watch and pay attention, like, so, like, if you look at the song, it's how it goes, like, 12 tracks. It was 12 tracks on Snob.
Right.
Then it go 11 months. It took me 11 months to write it. Then it go 10, I think, what is 10? 10 is features, I think. 9 is, I think, I can't remember them, but, like, the way it happened, they all told the story of Snob, how I created Snob. So, like, one, classic. Is one, I'll make one classic.
Okay.
2 failed. I took it apart twice.
Word.
Yeah. Then 3 is
Word. I never knew that, man.
That's how I wrote it. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I told him, I was like, yo, I need you to make beats for all these titles. And he just made the beats for me. and then he was just feeding them to me, and I just went in the studio and recorded them.
Wow,
Yeah.
I never even knew that. Now people can stream that in all.
Yeah,
also,
1.5
that's still
is-
available on
yeah,
all
that's-
social medias.
yeah, it's
I mean,
all the DSPs. Yeah, it's everywhere.
okay.
Yeah, 1.5 is out there. So like that's how I wrote it, cause it's like, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna write a review. That's why it's called 1.5 on the review. So I just brought the whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
now. Okay.
yeah, I
All
just
right.
broke it all down. Yeah.
That's a fire album
I
too,
appreciate
man.
it,
And that
yeah.
joint is fire. Make sure y'all go out and stream that joint for sure. Cause again, that's what really caught my ear, and then that's what made me research the rest of your catalog.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean?
yeah, and I was like,
And
yo.
I was like picking joints off there. I was like, no, these joints got to be on the radio. Next thing I know, I'm like, yo, this dude is on the radio. Like he's in heavy rotation right now. You know what I mean? Because I felt a lot of stuff, like I said, and I felt a lot of the Buffalo telling. You know what I mean? Like when you really talk about Buffalo, you really talk about Buffalo.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I talk, cause like this, like you know, and these stories is like real, like so they based on real people and real families. So sometimes I may not see somebody's name depending on what it is, out of respect for the family, or I won't say it like you know some things that happen out of respect for the families. I know everybody got, even whether that person was a piece of shit to you, that person got a family. You know what I mean? That care about them. So depending on the sensitivity, you know what I mean, or what the subject is, I may not, you know, I may just say it like as if I'm speaking as just somebody, but it's a real story. It really happened, you know. But
yeah, you can feel that.
Yeah.
I want to get into some of my tracks that I like. You
Okay.
know what I mean? That you pumping like the Henny joint. You know what I mean? Tell people about the Henny joint. How did you come up with that joint? That joint is fire too.
My man spits out in like Kenneth, like I said, he from Rochester. That's the studio I go to when I'm in the A. He got a beautiful studio. These my two favorite studios, his joint and my man Spitz. And so I did Henny. Henny was one verse. And I did that little hook at the end, paying homage to Prodigy and Mobb Deep. And Spitz was like, "No, you gotta make this 2 verses." And I was like, "Well, I don't have any more to talk about." You know what I mean? He said, "Can I do something?" I said, "Go ahead." So he chopped the verse in 2, and he put the hook in places where they went. And then it was just like I couldn't even name everybody in the song. There's more people than that. But it just was me wanting to let people know, like, yo, I lost all these people. It's a lot.
Because at the end, when you come with the names with the basketball roll, and at the end when you come with the names, like I was like, yo, you know what I mean? That kind of touched me. I'm like, yo, the song made perfect sense. You know what I mean? In regards to, you know, you saying, Henny, take me away. You know what I mean? To deal with the pain.
A lot of people do that.
To deal with the pain.
Deal with the pain. Like, and then, like, even then, when I did that, you still see 3 names at the end of the credits, because they couldn't mention that they passed recently. So like this shit happens, you know, you meet so many people that you grew up with and come across, and you know that touch your life and everything, and you know it's human. We all gotta leave here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But like at the rate, I know people who don't know nobody who died. You know, I know some people who haven't lost anyone. You know what I mean? So. And where we come from, most of the people who passed away violent, but my man Miguel used to live right there at that yellow house right there by the Pink Church on Delavan. Miguel was like 6'8" and everything. We all thought that he was gonna make it. He got a scholarship to Syracuse. Had a heart attack out in Cali on the court. You know what I mean? 18 years old and shit.
Wow.
That shit fucked us up. Like damn.
Like you don't even know their health issues.
Yeah.
They going through.
And he had a twin brother. You know what I mean? He had a twin. And I'm like, damn, I can't imagine it was my brother, but he lost his twin. Like you know what I mean? His man Marcel and everything. So it's like, you know, you see these things and everything, these stories, and you know, like it's like I do that for people too. Like I ain't forget. You know what I mean? For them to know, like. No, I ain't forget, you know what I mean? I remember, I was there, you know?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice that you keep people alive like that, too, you know what I mean? Well, the other joint I like is My Bigger Heart. Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my sister, man, my big sister. For those who don't know, Keisha Plum is my big sister. That's my bigger heart, like, you know what I mean?
The whole world loves Keisha Plum.
The whole world loves Keisha Plum, man, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, y'all love Keisha. I know her though. Like it's like
I had the benefit of her being my big sister. That's a blessing. Like, she a dope ass big sister. I remember my mom used to give us bus fare and everything to go to places we gotta go. And my sister be like, Taylor, we could just walk and go get something to eat, money, and then walk back. It ain't that far. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So she was always that. She always kept me fly and everything, kept me up on the latest shit and everything. So, but so many people love her. Like, it's not just me. She got dope relationships with a lot of people. Like, her friends, like, she love her friends, but I mean, like, people that's personal in her life and everything. Like, you know, like Holly, like Tiana, like Wes. Like, Wes and her, people don't know, Wes and her best friends and everything. You know, so she got a lot of people that care about her and everything. And I just wanted people to know what she meant to me. Because I wanted to write her a birthday song. And that was the way I did it, you know.
That was nice.
And like, when I heard the music, that was probably like the quickest song I wrote on the album.
Really?
Yeah.
That song is real nice, man. And for you to big up your sister like that, man, that's real tight, man. To show the family love like that. And then when I came here, like I said, to the listening party, and I just seen all the family love, like people just pulling up, and you know what I mean. It was just like that was love, you know what I mean. Like, I don't have a real big family like that, you know what I mean. And I just love seeing. You know what I mean? People, like, when you come to town, like, everybody just coming to see you.
Yeah.
And everybody wanting to be a part
Shout
of
out my
project.
family, man. My family the dopest, man. My family always pulling up. They always, my Uncle Mike, you met Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike was here, you know, so.
We sat on we got deep on the porch.
he shot the album cover.
Oh, really?
That's my sister and my two brothers on that cover.
Okay.
So that's Keisha Plum. That's my brother, my oldest brother Terrence. My brother DT.
Okay.
He the other one on the porch.
Yeah.
And my Uncle Mike took that picture back in Cold Spring. Like,
wow.
I wasn't born yet.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So I love that picture. So Uncle Mike, you go to Uncle Mike's house, he got 10,000 pictures of everybody. That's you. Like, damn, where you get this shit from?
The old photo albums that you be opening.
He got like Bill,
really?
like he got them on the boards. Yeah. So like.
Wow.
Yeah, he took a lot of beautiful pictures and everything. Yeah, Uncle Mike took that album cover. That's the one song that, because the song that didn't make that album, that was the one song that didn't make that album, and it didn't make that album because I couldn't find a beat to replace the beat, because somebody, before I got a chance to buy the beat, somebody sold the beat. So that was the only song. I wrote a song called Shot by Uncle Mike.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only one that didn't make the album and everything. But
wow.
Yeah.
The other joint is My Mother's Mansion.
Yeah, that was like one of the first songs I wrote for the project, because I didn't know what I was writing, so I just wrote that song. Because it's like, man, a lot of dudes be wanting to be what they not, you know what I mean? But like, being a real person to real people is not the easiest thing to do. Because being real is not, oh, I'm gonna bust my gun for you.
Right.
Being real is telling them what they need to hear when they don't want to hear it. Sometimes you gotta do tough shit, like, sometimes to people, like, so. And everybody real this, real that. Nah, this is just some of the things that it takes to be solid. You know what I mean? It's not everything it takes. And it's like my mother's mansion, and like my mother's house, there's rules in her house. You know what I mean? There's rules. You know what I mean? So it was just like one of those things, like, where I was trying to break down to people, like, yo, don't be this way, be this way. Don't do this, be this. And it comes from a real place too, with personal friendships I once had. Like, friends, people I'm no longer friends with, you know, because, you know, I can be your friend. I can't be a flunky. I'm nobody's flunky. You know what I mean? And if you don't want me to tell you about yourself, I'm not the type of person that's going to broadcast your news on social media or in a room with people. I'm going to put you to the side and have a one-on-one with you. And I'm going to tell you about yourself. If you want to hear it, if you want to act on it, that's cool, but I'm doing it because I love you, not because of anything else, not malice, not hatred, nothing. This is me telling you this out of love. You don't want to hear it, that's cool, but hey, it doesn't escape it from being the truth, you know. So,
The other one, I like his Private Cause. Yeah, Private Cause is tight. The therapy joint.
Yeah. Therapy. Yeah. Private Cause is one of the older gentlemen I met in my life. He basically raised me and my friends and everything. He was my friend, close sisters. They had a relationship together. came across, and he was on the run for a murder up here in Buffalo.
Wow.
And so he was on the run and calling me. That's him on my intro talking, and that's him on the private calls talking. And those phone calls, those 2 phone calls I got, you know, you get a private call, you're not really checking for it and everything. So he's leaving me voicemails, and that's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, so he on the run. He been on the run for like 4 months at a time, for a homicide up here, and he made his way to Atlanta, and 2 weeks after that, after those phone calls, he had a heart attack in his sleep.
Wow.
And so that shit really crushed me. That was like, I can't, because I didn't think, I'm thinking like, all right, well, worst case scenario, you get life, whatever. And he told me he maintains that he could do it. He just didn't feel like he could beat the case or whatever. But you know, I was just thinking like optimistically, like silver lining, like you get life, but I can still write you, I can still see you, see money, whatever. I ain't think, oh, you're not gonna be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that shit really fucked me up.
Wow, man. Like I said, man, you be pouring your soul out on this music, man, for real, man.
Yeah.
That's for real right there, man. Yeah. That's some real shit, because when I'm listening to it, you know what I mean, I'm catching little bits and pieces, but now that you really explaining it to me, man, it's like, I mean, y'all go make sure y'all go check this album out for real. Make sure y'all go check out Part My Heart. Yeah. The other one, like I said, was Therapy.
Oh, therapy, yeah. I went to therapy. Like people,
So you believe in therapy?
Yeah, therapy is good. Even if you don't, just getting that shit off your chest with somebody that don't know you. Because sometimes people just oh, they want to compare stories and shit. They want to compare hurt. Like, I'm going through some shit right now. Can I have a moment? You know what I mean? I just gotta, you know, sometimes, go to therapy. That shit it's not that, because you don't know the shit that affected you as a child or as an adolescent or as a young adult that still affected you to this day and everything. Yeah, I be telling everybody. My friends be tired of hearing me saying that shit. They be like, oh man, I'm this and that. I'm reading. I'm like, take your ass to therapy. Because even me telling you something, me as a friend, you too close to it. So if I'm telling you something, you may not grasp it. Hear it from somebody else. And some people did that. Some people have gone to therapy and like they call me back. Like, guess what my therapist said to me? I'm like, what they say? My homegirl, she didn't call me. I ain't gonna put her name out there. But she didn't call me. Like, guess what? She said the same shit that you said to me. I said, word? She was like, yeah. She said, nigga, if I knew that shit, I wouldn't even pay her ass. So, I told you the same shit, though. Right. Yeah, therapy, I really did. I really went to therapy and everything. And when I say that shit, my therapist crying and shit. I'm telling her the shit that I've been through. She crying and shit. And she trying not to cry and everything. And she was like, there's some shit I see in movies and television shows and shit like that. And I read in novels. You know, I'm like, yeah, she was a white woman and everything. And I know that she ain't never even seen the surface of the things I've seen. Right. So she's a professional. She's not supposed to cry, but I understand, you know what I mean? And she's trying not to. She's trying to fight it, but she's like, this shit you seen? I'm like, yeah, shit is real. You know, so yeah, therapy was something that was like, that's why it's placed where it's placed is like, after all this shit, I still went to go talk to somebody about this shit. Cause this shit ain't healthy. That shit ain't normal. Like, this shit ain't, people don't go through these things that we go through up here. Like,
yeah, that's true, man.
They see this shit on the news from the comfort of their home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if a cop gets shot, God forbid, but I'm saying when a cop gets shot in the neighborhood and everything, they in the comfort of home, they just think like, oh, cop got shot. And here, they knocking on everybody's fucking door. The helicopters are circling, trying to find out, you know what I mean? You can't even be on the street or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Shit is different, you know what I mean? They don't see it from the same perspective or the same angle that we see it at. Like, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, absolutely. The other one is What a Luxury. That joint is a bang.
That's the shit. That's the same, like they coincide. Like you could turn the channel from this shit. You know what I mean? You turn this shit off if you want to, you could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that like going to my pops and my OG who passed away on the run, like they was both giving me wisdom and everything at the same time and everything, but I really seen my first homicide when I was 3, you know what I mean? That shit fucked me up, you know? It didn't fuck me up to the point where like, oh my goodness, somebody got killed. It fucked me up like, oh shit, this is where I live? Right. You know, we just walking right by somebody getting murdered, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Wow, yeah, that could definitely. I mean, did you? I mean, not to get deep into it, but I mean, is that something that you had? Did you have nightmares and stuff about it? Because
Never had a nightmare.
I was we lived on Minnesota, and
Okay.
my son was out playing. You know what I mean? He was 4 years old. You know what I mean? And he actually seen somebody get shot too.
Shit.
You know what I mean? So that's why I packed up and we moved. I'm like, yo, I can't. You know what I mean? Actually, he seen 3 people. You know what I mean? In the course of a summer. You know what I mean? Get shot at. You know what I mean? Drive-by shootings, all that, just outside playing in front of the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, no, I can't raise my kids. You know what I mean? Because and it still kind of haunts him. You know what I mean? It's still in his memory. He's still, you know, he still sees what goes on with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I can understand that. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
And that's where I'm talking about. That's like he should never see nothing like that. And it's not no one's fault. It's just the community and the environment's fault. You know what I mean? And like me seeing that, my mom's and my aunt and my cousins and us, we was just walking back to the house. And nobody got shot. They actually had a cinder block and a baseball bat, and they just beating them to death.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And you can hear and see the people yelling from the porch and tell them to stop and everything. So we just walking. My mother like, just keep your head straight. And I'm like, fuck that. And I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, oh shit. And I just hear them yelling like, stop. And that's, so you see it, but like, nothing could prepare you for that. So I'm like, I would tell people, my sister was there. My sister was there too. You know what I mean? She was with us. So my sister was there. It was my 2 cousins, my cousin Renetta, my cousin Chloe, my auntie Annette, my mother, and I think my cousin Lita was there too. Not too many of them remember this shit. It's just that I have a good memory, so it's all shit I don't forget. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but some of them it sound familiar, but they don't remember this shit. But then I was just kicking it, and some girl was like, yo, I know exactly the shit you talking about, because she was from the hood. So I know I'm not fucked up. I know the shit happened because I watched it happen. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a true story and everything. I would, off camera, I'll tell you exactly the details, but on camera, just out of respect for the family and shit.
Plus, we want to talk about music. That's why I didn't really you know what I mean? I didn't want to get into that. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted to just touch on it just a little bit, because again, my son went through it, and I just wanted to see how you kind of dealt with it. You know what I mean?
Like, honestly, I just thought it was like, I guess because my mother and them was so calm, because they was like, just keep your head straight. I just thought it was normal. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe the people that was with you kept their head straight.
Yeah, they all kept their head straight too. You know what I mean? But I was looking like, what the fuck? Because you couldn't like see it. So like, I think I got older, and like you see like R.I.P. on the wall, on the corner stores and shit, and then you try to figure out what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you see the shit, and then like, you know, you just start seeing things, and, you know, and plus the movies was very violent too, so it's like, it was kind of normal. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it and everything, and it's not. You know, so you shouldn't, no toddler should see something like that. You know, it's not my mother's fault. We just taking the trip back to the house and everything.
Like you said, it's just a product of your environment.
Product of the environment.
You know what I mean? The other joint I like is You Wasn't There. Yeah, You Wasn't There, and 84 Step.
Yeah, we just took a picture there last night.
I seen you posted it on Instagram.
Yeah, we just took a picture there. You wasn't there because a lot of young boys that do music, they think they gotta be hood, they gotta be drug dealers and shooters and everything. I'm like, man, that's nothing what the hood is like. That's just crime.
Yeah.
And anything. But if you want to dive back into what the hood is like, shit, you know, I know a girl who got picked on at school because of her odor, right? They picked on her every fucking day. But then when you find out as an adult through somebody else, she smelled like that because she was getting baked at home every day.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the hood. That's what happens. You know what I mean? So like, that shit ain't nothing. That's criminal.
Right.
Like the hood, the neighborhood, the community we come from, there's so many dark stories and you know what I mean, that if you start going down that rabbit hole, you just end up more darkness, and it get darker and darker, and you hear justifications and reasoning behind it where it should be none, you know. So you wasn't there was like basically almost like a tie into what a luxury and you know, like be thankful that you wasn't here, you know what I mean? Be grateful. Like everybody who come from here want to get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And these boys that I'm talking about, they be from suburbia and shit, and places like that, you know, where opportunity, like, you know what I mean? You don't gotta be this type of person. Like, you could do this not fun. Like, you know what I mean? Only everybody know the streets in you two places. If you lucky, you going to prison. If you're not, you going to the morgue. You know what I mean? But they glorify it like it's a beauty behind. Oh yeah. Until that judge bring the gavel and tell you, they don't even give you a number. They tell you life, nigga. Like some niggas don't come home ever. You know what I mean? It's a lot of them. My brother may not. My brother locked up right now. He may not come home. You know what I mean? He been gone since I was like a youngin'. He been gone at least like 30 years. Wow. So that's what you wasn't there was, and then what's the other one? 84 steps. That's what I used to. With clothes. Yeah, with clothes.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast. He come down on that joint. I like how y'all go back and forth on that.
Yeah, we've been doing that. That's his grandmother's house. That's Cole's grandmother's house. So that was like our chill spot. You know, we was teenagers and everything. You know, we sneaking shorties in the house and everything. All that shit. Everything we learned at that house. You know what I mean? So that was like the spot. And rest in peace, Miss Scott, his grandmother, beautiful lady, and she was funny and she was strong. She would cuss us out quickly. She'll tell us about ourselves and everything. And we just got so many valuable lessons there. Like my OG, he was dating his sister. His sister was living there with her kids, and he was coming around there a lot at the time and everything. So everything we learned at that house on 84 Deerfield, right up the block and everything from us. So. And we used to be there. We'd be like maybe sometimes 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 deep some nights. You know what I mean?
Because I was always trying to figure out what that meant, 84 steps. And then when you posted on Instagram and you did that, I was like, oh, okay, that's the steps of the house.
That was our chill spot.
I got it. So how's clothes doing? I mean, the last time
he right back in the back.
Last time I talked to him, he was talking about he was gonna start making an album or something. He was gonna start recording. He said he was gonna start recording because he need to be making some music.
He need to be making some music. Yeah, I tell you, I mean, he started learning how to produce though. So I think the album is coming because I think he's gonna produce his album. But his music sounded real good. That's one of my favorite rappers too. Like
man.
Like he used to like cause he used to say some shit when we was young, and I'm like, damn, nigga, that shit hard. Like, you're like, what you say? Say that shit again. Like, so like he would have like make me better and everything. Like he like okay, like I didn't even think I could rap really that good. And then like I would hear hum, and I'm like, oh, this nobody messing with hum. Like he's a problem. Like he like the way he would put it together and everything. He's still a problem to this day. So yeah. He definitely working on the album and everything. He has a name for it right now, but he not gonna want me to tell nobody.
Yeah. I just want to know that. I just hope he working on some music.
Yeah,
he need to put some stuff out,
on some music. Yeah, say it. Yeah, you need to be working on some music, nigga.
Is it anything that you want people to know about Eskay Home that they might not know?
Man, if you see me, if you want to work with me, I'm very open. I'm not. What's the word? Unapproachable. You know what I mean? If you see me in the streets, because people see me in the streets and they don't even say nothing, they'll tell me on Instagram. Like,
I just seen you.
Yeah, I just seen you. Like where? I mean, I've been in a lot of places. Like,
right.
So I'm like, yeah, just let me see me in person. Let me know. Like, you know what I mean? What's up? You know what I mean? And if you trying to work, serious artists, hit me up. You know what I mean?
Where can they find you? And shout out to find out how they can get a hold of you.
They can get at me directly at on IG, mostly probably IG or Twitter. It's Mr. Eskay Home, MRESKAY HOME. Those my handles, so they can get at me on either platform.
For features, what about beat makers?
Producers, y'all wanna hit me up on those platforms too, but it's an email in those platforms in the bio that y'all wanna send beats to. But I would prefer you hit me up first to ask me what sound I'm looking for. Like, what you trying to, don't just, because if you made a beat that's not for me, then that shit probably may collect us. And it's not because the beat's not hot, it's just that my mind may not be there. So yeah, they want to definitely, it's an email inside the bio on Instagram that y'all could definitely send beats to, but you probably want to send me a DM real quick to ask me what type of sound I'm looking for.
What about shows? How can the same thing they can to do shows?
If you want to book me, it's an email in the bio. You can actually hit my brother. What is his IG? I think it's DT Cross, DTCROSS. That's his handle on Instagram and Twitter. So you can definitely hit him up for anything show related. You know, or you can hit me directly and everything. Me, I'm gonna talk about it regardless.
Okay, so, you got any shows and stuff coming up? What you got coming up?
We just when I get back to Atlanta, we supposed to be setting that up. So yeah, I'm going to have a show. Not sure the date yet, but I'm definitely when I get back to the A, I'm gonna have a meeting and we will be setting that up to figure out the next show. I think it's going to be. I think 2 Chainz got a spot out there, some type of club out there. So I think we're trying to look at that venue and see if we're going the spot out there. I'm trying to get up here. Perform up here and everything.
We got some shows coming up.
You got some
if you
shows
want to come up, we got a bunch of shows. We got a bunch. Actually, we got an appreciation jam that I would definitely like to get you up here on. We trying to get pretty much everybody. So we just trying to book the venue now. But we got a bunch of we got an in around series going, which is 5 shows once every last Sunday of the month. That we doing. But I definitely want you on the appreciation jam.
Okay, I'll be there. You just got to dates and
everything. And again, any shows and all that you got coming up, you make sure you hit me with it. You know what I mean? Because we worldwide, so people in Atlanta and stuff listen to us too.
Shit,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So therefore we can promote it too. It's people from all over the world that listens to us. You know what I mean? So and also watch the television station. You know what I mean? We do 1.3 million a week worldwide on the TV station. So you know what I mean. The henny and
I appreciate that's what I said.
That you got going, So you know what I mean. And like I said, we was pushing your album. You know what I mean.
Showing mad love, man.
So you know what I mean. Like I said, we behind you. We here for you, man. You know what I mean.
That, man.
So top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5 rappers. Who is your top 5? No particular order.
Well, when I get top 5, it's like, cause I think it gotta be broken down. So you talking about just overall, or you talking about like delivery? Or overall.
Your go-to if you had to take 5 CDs to you on a remote island.
Core Mega.
Okay.
No particular order. Core Mega, Jay-Z, Scarface, Biggie. I love Styles, but it'd have to be either Dre or Nas, 3000, but not Dre. It had to be Nas or Styles, maybe Styles. I don't know, but that's 5, right? Jay, Mega, Biggie, Nas, Scarface.
Yeah,
I take those.
In regards to dream producers, anybody that you would love to work with producer-wise? Like, is there anybody that you...
Yeah, there's a few. Primo. What's homie name? It's right there. Large Pro.
Okay.
RZA. And Pharrell.
Okay. Pharrell, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Love to see me and Pharrell though.
Nice. You about the only artist that mention him that we, and I'll be waiting to see if somebody's gonna mention him. You know, they always say Dre or Premier or somebody like that, but yeah, Pharrell. I've been waiting for somebody to mention Pharrell, so I know where your ear is at. You like music.
I love music.
You like music. And you just don't like beats, you like music. And you can tell that too by your album and all that. You know what I mean? Like I said, y'all make sure y'all go and stream that Part My Heart, the under review. The under review joint and
1.5 the Snob.
1.5 in the Snob. Make sure y'all go check him out. You know what I mean, on all his platforms. And is any shout outs or anything that you want to
shout out to Buffalo, New York. You know, the town. Shout out to Griselda. Keep pushing. Y'all making the youngest that's coming up after our era believe that they could do what we didn't think was possible. Shout out my sister, Keisha Plum. Her friend, Nicole. Bless your mother. And, you know, everybody doing their thing out there, man. Keep pushing, keep grinding. You know, stay focused. You know, and, you know, that's it.
All right, man. Again, I want to appreciate you taking the time out, man. I know that you recording the album and all that, so I just want to thank you for taking the time out.
I thank you for sitting with me, man. I really
interview.
appreciate you, man. I really appreciate y'all coming through, man.
Absolutely. Like I said, we're here for you, man. You know, whatever you need us, whatever you need for us, if we can help you, man, you know, we in your corner, man. You got us, man.
Most stuff.
All right.
All
right, man. Again, it's Eskay Home. Make sure y'all go and stream him out.
All platforms.
All streaming platforms. Make sure y'all definitely go and check out that Part in Your Heart joint for sure.
Yeah.
Because my man definitely, he poured us out on that joint. So, you know what I mean? If y'all really want to get an understanding of, you know what I mean, him growing up and everything, and actually, I felt the type of person he is from that album. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all go and check it out. It's some real shit. Straight up.
Thank you,
know what
man.
I mean? No
Thank
cap. All right. All right, again, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you, man.
No doubt, man.
All right, peace.